Greetings, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Astroneer series. Today, another quick one. Apologies for that. The universe at the moment is aligning a lot better for putting out a few, small episodes here and there. So here is another one of those. Now, as it turns out, the universe was also trying to tell me that I had some unfinished business with some, I will say, earlier missions, which I hadn't actually really spent any time on. One of them is the probe. So once you've unlocked the ability to make steel, you can actually make a probe scanner. And once you've made that, it will give you the mission to hunt down the vintage probe on Sylva. So, right at the start of the episode, we did actually make our probe thingy, which I've just, this thing here that we're going to stick on the top of our backpack. Probe scanner. You use something like this if you've played the Glitchwalker expansion. Glitchwalker DLC, you use something similar to that in that playthrough DLC type thing. This is actually the origin of that, I guess you could say, functional scanny type device. So the trick is you plug it into the top of your backpack and you activate it. It will run a cycle which goes for, 10, 20, 30 seconds, something like that. But you need to, it gives you a bit of a visual clue in terms of what direction to go in. But if you want more precision, you need to have your radar up, like your compass. With your compass active, you'll activate the probe scanner and you'll see it puts a marker here. It's on the very outer ring. And it also gives you a little strength indicator out of 3 as to how close you are to the location it wants you to scan down. So that's how that little fella works. So first part of this episode, we're going to do the things it wants us to do with this probe scanner in relation to this vintage probe. Now, I have done this mission multiple times before in previous playthroughs, and it's really not that much of a spoiler to say this thing is always halfway up a mountain anyway. Insert small expletive in amongst that somewhere, because sometimes the mountains that it's buried in aren't that bad to climb up. Like, there might be a gradual ridge or something you can work your way up. This one, as you can see from all the tractor tumblings that we're doing, this is basically vertical, and we're not really going to be able to drive up to this, so we're going to move on to plan B here in a moment. Yeah, when all else fails, just dig it out of the ground and move it. So, as you could see from my efforts, I couldn't even run up to it. It was, that piece of the mountain was just too vertical. So, yes, I could have probably made a few ramps to get up there, but that takes time, and honestly, that was more effort than I was prepared to put in on this particular mission. So we're going to do a bit like we did with the one of the probey things on, and this is me forgetting all of the relevant words today. Just dig a hole until it stands up, basically, and so that was enough for us to then plug the probe scanner into the vintage probe, and that then unlocks the next mission. So We just need to jump back on our tractor, have a quick little drive back to base. Yeah, nothing of any real interest occurred on the way back to the base, so as per usual, I chopped all that out. Now that we're back, we're going to hand that one in. Now, ironically, this is just a science mission at this stage. We just get a bunch of bytes from doing these. So it looks like we need to do the same sort of deal on each of the planets. Now, that will involve a bit of spitting out of additional probe scanners, but we'll deal with that in a subsequent episode. For the rest of this episode, I took that probe scannery mission as a bit of a hint that I should go through and try and knock out some of these other ones that I hadn't done. One of which is to print out the extractor and to use it to extract a nugget. So that's what we're going to do now. We've just printed our extractor out. The resources are, I'll say, significant, but we're at a point now where they're not too difficult to come by. Now, don't mind the little battery upgrades here. That was the improvements I made as part of the little add-on episode I did to celebrate the elevated expansion or add-on to Astroneer. If you haven't seen that one, it's not sort of... I don't do any of the actual play... I don't know. The words are fun today. I didn't actually advance the storyline of this particular playthrough in that episode. It was more just a bit of a chat about the improvements and what was available and things of that nature. So if you haven't sort of caught up with that one, it is still available. It's not going anywhere, and it's only a short episode like this one, so it's only about, I think, about 8 minutes or so. So yeah. If you have watched it and you did all the good things for me, thank you very much. It's all very much appreciated. Now, back to the action here. We have our extractor. We expanded it. We stuck it on top of, we'll say, the nearest amount of a resource near our base, because, as you saw, moving the extractor around is a bit of a pain. Yep, we could put it on the back of our rover, but our rover doesn't have a seat and things on it at the moment, so that wasn't practical in the time frame. So I just elected to drag it over to this bunch of resin, and we're just powering it with one of the generators from our base, because we only need one resource, and boom, we got our resource nugget. We've turned off our generator. We're just going to unplug everything. We'll probably leave that resource extractor there. I may use it for something in the future. Now, speaking of things in the future, that would be the end of the episode. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you have yourself an absolutely fantastic day.